Welcome back to episode 40. Wow. Can't believe we're here. 4-0. Very excited to be here. Happy June. Happy summer to everyone. We're having a great time today. It's a Friday. Maybe the best day of the week.
Friday?
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to work on Friday, so
Saturday?
I'd throw it to Saturday, yeah. But it's beautiful. It's hot in here, guys. Hot in here.
It's hot. I'm a little sweaty. He's a little sweaty.
I'm a little sweaty. Just June. But we're here to talk about Formula One.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you forget?
Yeah, I didn't mention anything what this podcast is about. But yes, it is about Formula One. Just came off a triple header. Let's get some overall impressions.
I wasn't
I can
super excited for this triple header because all these tracks are pretty known for the lack of overtaking potential. But besides Monaco, I think we had a pretty good triple header.
I think so too. I think a little bit of luck came in play, especially in Spain. Kind of like that safety car at the end, like kind of helped everything get bunched up again. But yeah, Monaco. Is it worth even talking about Monaco?
No, we don't even need to talk about it.
Okay.
Just
I feel like everyone talks about it.
good quality Lando. I guess the two stop was a little interesting, but it didn't do shit.
It didn't really do it for me. I could get into what I think should happen, but
no. What's said has been said.
Yeah, okay. We just won't talk. And then Italia was first.
Yeah.
That was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it was good.
I guess, did we talk about this already?
We talked about it in Monaco when we did the Monaco pre-race a little bit.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah. But Spain. Okay.
I'm going to take this off.
I was pretty excited for Spain, mostly because of the new regulations. Kind of got hyped up, like the flexi downforce. I don't have the most in-depth analysis of it, but
yeah, me neither.
Pretty much nothing changed around the grid. There was rumors that McLaren might be a little slower. If anything, they looked faster this weekend.
It looked pretty good.
Largest pole margin of the year, and it was on his own teammate. So
it's a great stat.
Dog him.
Yeah, his sister was there. What?
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't expect to
weird
talk
thing to
about
get
it.
Well, I remember we were watching it and we were like, who is that person?
I thought it was like some famous chick.
Yeah, I thought it was like some like reggae independent artist or something like that. But no, it's his sister. It's like Edie or something.
Yeah.
Edie or Eddie.
I don't know.
Edward Piastri. And then I found out he has 3 sisters.
Yeah, he sent that to me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, the plot thickens.
That explains why he's such a calm, cool, and collected guy, kind of, you know? Is that okay to say?
What? He's calm, cool, and collected?
No, just like, I don't know, the sister thing.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's
I just feel
family.
like growing up with 3 sisters, it would be like crazy. And then like, you know, you're the one brother. It'd be like, I don't know.
Just the rock. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just a rock.
yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, let's probably get back on pace here. I have some stats about points scored in the triple header. Do you want to hear them?
Sure. Yeah. Can I predict one of them?
Sure.
Best of the rest, was it Isaac Hadjar? Not in the top teams.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah. That's a fine guess.
It's okay.
That's fine.
You know?
It's not great. So we got Lando number 1 with 61 points. Oscar right behind with 55. So Lando actually had a pretty good triple header. He got second, first, and then second. That's a pretty successful triple header.
And is still getting hate.
Yeah,
You know?
everyone hates Lando.
So, dude, it's interesting.
But Oscar is also still leading, which is kind of cool.
Mhm.
And we got a sneaky Charles Leclerc with 41 points.
Very sneaky. New George Russell in the building.
Maybe. And that was, I think, mostly because he had a sneaky podium this week, and then Monaco, just a solid P2, which was pretty cool. Then we have Max Verstappen with 38 points.
Really blew it in the last one there.
Yeah, he could have.
We'll get into it though.
A little bit more there. And then a sneaky Lewis
Whoa.
with 30. Just a consistent 12, 10, and 8. Little down, kind of sloping down, but that's okay.
I feel like he just hasn't been on it lately, but I guess that might be a little bit of recency bias.
Nah, I mean, I think he's kind of just been. He's just been below basically McLaren or McLaren, George, Max,
Yeah.
and Charles, and then he's kind of just there every
Maybe
time.
just like his recent interviews have been leaving more of an impression than
think
his
they're-
actual results.
They're a
So,
little dramatic in my opinion.
I agree. Clean yourself up, man.
Yeah, it's like it's your first year driving this car after how many years? Like 9 years with Mercedes, the same car. It's like, of course you're gonna have a pretty like kind of like a rough awakening. So
And if like you don't have the best car, like just be like, we're working on it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, look at Fernando every fucking year. He's just out there, dude, just driving.
yeah, I mean he's not loving it either, but
No, but he's not doing this kind of shit every weekend.
Yeah,
Like, I
Like-
think Lewis even like apologized to the interviewer saying like, sorry, I'm so down and
Oh.
shit. And I was like, okay.
yeah.
brother.
Like I saw one interview. I think everyone kind of saw this one. It was like, "What have you learned from this weekend?" or something like that. He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Really, guy? You didn't learn anything this weekend?"
That's some Lance Stroll behavior right there.
I don't know about Lance Stroll. I love Lance Stroll, but it's kind of just a little, I don't know, immature. Then we got George Russell, who got a 6, 0, and 12. 0 kind of hurt him. Then Isaac Hadjar, who I'd like to kind of talk about a little bit.
He was the first bullet point I have on my list.
Oh, same.
Yeah, look at that.
Labeled Goat Jar.
Goat jar.
Goat Jar. A
Make
little
it a
weird.
thing.
That's does not work at all.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Goat Jar. 2, 8, and 6, 16 points. Then we got Albon, Hulk, who kind of just took it all from Spain. Ocon, Carlos, Lawson, Pierre, Fernando, Yuki. And then everyone else didn't score at all. But yeah. Kind of cool to see like who does well in the triple headers. Because I feel like it's kind of like a different game back to back to back. It's kind of like more experienced drivers tend to do well, and then just teams who can come back like week to week. It's hard. Like on the pit crew and all that, it's hard to be.
Also, very different tracks, all of them. So a lot of setup.
True.
And I like these two because we can kind of look back on the triple header and be like, it's almost like just like a stage of the year.
Yeah.
It's like this was going on here.
Yeah.
This is how everyone was doing.
Yeah.
But Isaac,
Sure.
dude, props. I don't know. He's just been fucking killing it all
Props.
year. Like, I was doubting him coming in. He didn't have a lot of hype. Maybe he did. I didn't see it, but I was riding the Antonelli train, and look at how he's doing right now. Just confident, hitting just solid casual points.
Great points.
It kind of reminds me of Pierre in the AlphaTauri
Yeah.
way back when,
Yeah.
where he's just like consistently just like doing not the most, but like as good as he can in that car.
I'd say kind of doing the most he can. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like a Yuki Pierre kind of AlphaTauri kind of thing. Yuki kind of last year when it was like he would kind of just score those P8 sometimes, and then he had like a P6 one time, and it's really fun to see. And what I love about Isaac, I don't know how to say it, is his passion. You can hear it in his voice when he's talking. He's like, he has kind of a funny voice.
Like on the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like it seems like he really cares. And I think to bring back Australia, you remember what happened, of
Little
course.
spin ski, yeah.
A little DNS, and then, he's like crying and all that. I'm going to cry. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what that was. It's something's in my voice, but whatever.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Do you hear it? Oh, maybe not. Something felt weird.
Okay.
I'm
I'm here for you, man.
not going to actually cry. But I think that kind of fueled his year. Like he has something to prove, and maybe that has to do with it, maybe not. But I think it's a cool season to go from a crashing on the outlap and then into like arguably one of the most talked about drivers right now.
I 100% agree. And he has that passion, which I was concerned. I think I said at the start of the season that it would go overboard and kind of destroy him a little bit.
Sure.
But so far, he's just used it to stay consistent, and I respect it.
Yeah. I'm curious, not to take away from him, but I'm curious if that car is just very versatile and very drivable. Because, I mean, Yuki was doing pretty well in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it could just be a solid base.
It could just be a good car.
He's beating Liam Lawson. And,
Yeah.
Liam's technically a rookie, but kind of not at the same time.
Yeah.
More experience, and he's not doing much with it. So
He's beating him by a good bit, too. It's
Yeah.
not like close, really. But Lawson's actually had like a decent triple header. I think he finished P11 like twice or something. So kind of just outside the points.
his racecraft, though, in Spain was just shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking. Literally just hitting everyone turn one.
Yeah. Kind of reminded me of last year when he was like doing that shit with Checo. You remember that?
Yeah, in Mexico.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
it's kind of like, guy, who do you think you are? Like, you're not that guy.
No.
Like, it's like he thinks he's someone else. I don't know. It's very frustrating.
I wonder if he's getting to desperation mode or just trying to prove himself. It's weird. I'd love to talk to him about it, but
Are you desperate?
What's going on, man?
You'd probably hate that. Be like, who the fuck are you?
No, I would toss him a couple beers and then we get into
be
it.
like, bro, just be honest.
Yeah. But sticking in the Red Bull family, I know you probably don't want to talk about this.
I would love to talk about
Your
it.
boy Yuki Tsunoda and his run of interesting performances. One could say bad, but
Well, I could maybe agree, but I could also disagree. I think, what was it? I think Emilia Romagna, he qualified P20. Not great. Came back 10 places, finishing the points. That's a good recovery drive.
I agree.
That's a good recovery drive. Now, should he have been in P20 in the first place?
No.
No. But, yeah. I think it's also just it's just going from Checo to Liam to Yuki. It's like everyone's starting to realize, like, have you seen the memes where it's like, maybe Checo wasn't that bad?
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that where it's like, it might just be a very difficult car to drive.
Which I think is understood, but this is just another example of that. And I saw a statement from Christian Horner saying that we're going to give him the time and patience, which, I think Yuki almost got lucky in a way at this point because they dropped Checo, put Liam, and then switched into Yuki.
Yep.
Like, it would take a lot for them, I think, to switch the driver again. So he is at the tail end of it, and they're just like, we're just going to stick with it probably till the end of the year, no matter really what happens. And hopefully that gives him the ease of mind and confidence to adjust to that car.
Yeah, I think he will be in there for the rest of the season, and it would be very strange, especially for Hadjar to go into that seat and see what happens, because it might go well, it might also go poorly, and it's just like, then what if it goes poorly again? Then what do? You
don't throw Hadjar in there.
No.
He's a fucking rookie.
No, leave him.
They don't have anyone to put
He's
in.
having a great season. And going back to Yuki, I think the problem is qualifying. He's not qualifying well, but his race pace is actually decent. Like, he's finishing above where he qualifies in each race. Like, just because I think it's a faster car than the guys he's around. But yeah, I think it's mostly qualifying. But
I would love to see a race with him like qualifying sixth and then just seeing how he's doing up with those guys.
I think he would stay at sixth. I think he would stay there.
Yeah.
Or maybe pass him. I don't know. Red Bull Ring, we'll see how he does. That's coming up soon, I believe.
It's a tricky one. Canada might be a good one for him because it's technical, but it's not like anything crazy. It's just chicanes and there's nothing too much to it.
I think if he has a good qualification, I think he'll finish well. But yeah, it's definitely, I think it's just eating away at him too. Like, I think it's like just a shitty feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't look like happy like how he normally does. But
no, it's tough. Sauber overtaking, or I should say, Nico Hülkenberg in the Sauber overtaking Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari.
that's pretty crazy.
Just out of left field.
Yeah. Kind of wasn't televised very well either. Like, I feel like Nico it didn't really show him like climbing the field. I guess, did he really climb? What did he qualify?
I don't remember, to be honest.
But it kind of was like, holy shit, Nico's in 6th.
It could have been like 11th or 10th, but they might have just had just great strategy and just kind of flew under the radar until he overtook Hamilton. We're like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Because that was after the safety car, I believe. Don't remember exactly. But it was like, I remember watching it and being like, they have the same tires. That's like a merit overtake right there. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how new they were, but I'm sure. I don't know. Nico looked good.
And just good for that team, dude. They've been going through the ringer recently. Almost didn't score points last year.
Yeah.
And a P5 is crazy.
Also, I think Gabriel has been doing pretty well. Like, I think it sucks, and we kind of talked about this like at the very beginning of the season, how like we think he's a good driver, but it's just like it's so difficult to showcase that. But I think he's slowly getting better at that and kind of finishing like in that 12-13 spot, which is like pretty decent for that car, I think.
I agree. And I feel like the media should talk about him a little bit more, but I guess it's not super interesting.
It's just such a fucked up program. And then also like Audi coming in kind of just makes it like almost like, why do we even waste our time on this team right now? Like, let's just wait. That'll be interesting.
Yeah. I'm excited for Audi, excited for Cadillac.
Yeah.
It's all coming, new stuff. Mercedes reliability.
I have this noted.
Not just recently. I think this plays into next year's regulations because, okay, it depends on what it is because they've been struggling lately. And what I've heard is that they're running the car too low to the ground where they still get away with like the plank wear and everything. But when you go over curbs and bumps, it can be so much force up against the car that maybe a hydraulic issue or something like that. But just seeing those reliability issues makes me think, are they overhyped for the 2026 regulations? Because everyone's putting them on their list as going to be the top engine manufacturer. And I think that kind of carries in from the last turbo hybrid adjustments, but I don't know. It's interesting. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know much about favorites. I haven't heard anything about favorites, but the first thing I think of is Alpine. What are they thinking right now? Because they chose Mercedes, right?
As the customer engine?
Yeah.
I mean, but so is McLaren, so is Williams.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
And they're not having those problems. So I think it must just be not a power unit issue, but something else in the car.
Yeah, it could also be drivers. I mean, I assume George isn't, but maybe Kimi's like just like not driving it properly. Like when they're supposed to be cooling down, he's maybe just not cooling down. I don't know. It could be a lot of different things.
Or he's just trying to take too much curb because he's behind. Or, it could be anything.
Or he's, pushing. It's also, those 3 races are like super damn hot.
Yeah.
Like I think it was very, very hot in Spain, probably Monaco, probably Italy. I think those were all probably 85 degrees.
Yeah.
Maybe more like on track.
I think Spain was really hot.
So I think that kind of gets into it. So I could see them doing a bit better. But Austria, high altitude, correct?
Yes. Not as high as Mexico, but yeah, it is still something. And
it's something to think about.
And then Canada usually is pretty cold.
Yeah.
So
wet maybe even too.
Going to some different types of tracks and we'll see.
Yeah, that also kind of brings me into Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
Who, good kid, right?
I heard he's a good kid.
Yeah. He seems like a good kid. But his recent performances just kind of aren't there. And I feel like I think this is kind of just like a recency thing, but and it's also consistent with George as well. Like George, kind of this triple header was a little underwhelming for I think how he started. Everyone was like, George, like podium, all that stuff. But we got Kimi going DNF, which was I think that was a reliability issue. That was power unit, goes into the gravel at his home race, I believe. And then we got Monaco, crashes in Q1, starts P18 on the grid, finishes P18, I believe. I think that's experience. He's a rookie, probably trying to push pretty hard in Monaco, but just kind of not what we wanted. And then DNF again in Spain.
Yeah.
So it's a little worrisome. But
I kind of expected this going into the season with Kimi, where you would get the pole position and the DNFs.
Yeah.
That's what we saw before he got the full-time race seat, and I knew he would just go for it again in his rookie year. And yeah, I think this is just one of those humps that rookies have, and I mean the pace is obviously there from his pole position. We've seen that, so I think just more experience, getting used to the car, knowing when to go all out and not. It'll come to him.
Yeah, I think especially though crashing in Q1 in the Mercedes, like you gotta get into Q3 and you gotta get through Q1, get through Q2, just put up some decent times. Like if you're in the Mercedes, you should be in Q3 every time.
Yeah, and I think it's easy for us to say, but it's like
yeah, true.
Probably really hard in Monaco, especially.
Yeah.
And just the hype of Monaco and
yeah,
that track is punishing. So
very punishing. But yeah, I think you're right. It's probably just a rookie hump, and again, it's also consistent with George. So I'd like to see them do better. They're kind of a fun team to root for.
Dude, I'm liking them.
It's a good team.
I feel like they really went from like Mercedes from a couple years ago was like the Empire.
Yeah, kind of like a posh
side.
team.
Yeah, and then now they're just. They're not the best anymore. They got some fun guys in there trying to prove themselves. And
George is just so likable. I feel like he's a little like
you wouldn't have said that a year and a half ago when he's getting mega hate. But
yeah, he's kind of cringy sometimes.
I think that's part of the fun though.
But yeah, I think that's part of it. Is like he's kind of just this guy.
Maybe just fucking Bottas being the reserve driver is just bringing in great vibes.
I think the vibes are just good.
Yeah,
Toto seems chill.
I think Toto is stressing a lot when they lost performance to Red Bull, and now he's just kind of accepted it, and I think it's just in full prep mode for 2026.
I think that's right. I think that's kind of how it feels, and it's fun to have Kimi. He seems cool. So.
Yeah.
I wonder if I have any more notes on that.
That's all I have notes-wise. For everything. I gotta start printing my notes, dude.
It's very hot in here.
Yeah.
Did you say open your windows?
No.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said I gotta start printing my notes.
Oh, I think you said you gotta start opening the windows. It is hot.
It is fucking hot.
Did I send you that? I know. I'm sweating. Did I send you that video of a guy going to like a sauna store?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
That was hilarious. Just let me give you the context for the viewers here. This is cold. This is great. Is it worth talking about?
No, don't talk about this. It's fucking in the fucking podcast.
Yeah, well, it's hilarious. Was it kind of funny though?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
What? The fuck? Did you at least watch when the salesman got in?
No. Dude. I usually watch all of them, but it was like I was at work and then I had to go do something.
That's fair.
Kind of thing.
That's fair. Well, now I got to talk about it.
Okay.
Because you didn't even watch it.
Explain it.
Okay, so a guy goes into a sauna store, and fuck. And he goes, he's like, can you show me this one person sauna? So it's like a single seat sauna. So it's probably like, for one guy. And the dude's like, do you think you can like come in here and see what it's like for two people? And so the dude gets in there and they're like super crushed together, like right here. like guy he does not know, closes the door, and then they're like talking about like country music, and then the salesman like brings out his phone and starts showing him like a video of a concert that he was at, and it's just funny.
Sick, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's a good video. Shout out to that guy. I don't have like a link or anything, but
people just being menaces in stores.
But the dude was like chill about it. He was
Yeah.
just trying to like sell the sauna.
I respect it.
And he just stayed in there for like 5 minutes.
Probably just bored, gets commission. Why not?
True.
All right, should we wrap it up?
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else to say.
Have a great weekend, guys. I think Le Mans is this weekend? Or is that next weekend? That might be next
I think
weekend.
it's next.
Yeah.
Because Max is trying to get his race ban.
MotoGP this weekend? Maybe?
Something this
I don't know. There's got to be something.
Mariners baseball probably.
Mariners baseball for sure. If you're not watching motorsport, fuck. Go watch Mariners baseball.
Yeah, probably some PGA event. Oh, US Open.
Really?
I think so.
Oh, sick. Yeah.
I think so.
Fuck F1, US Open.
Yeah,
Let's
US
go.
Open, guys. I think. Maybe not.
Yeah, we'll see you next weekend with our golf podcast. And
Yeah. Golf Channel.
Yeah, that'd go poorly. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.